Greetings, adventurers! Welcome back to our Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough. In today's episode, we're diving deep into the heart of the Goblin camp, facing dangerous foes and encountering a mysterious character named Karlach. After the last playthrough, I decided to kill Nettie, which ended up trapping us in this room. I equipped the headpiece, Key of Ancients, which allowed us to open the door. Did you kill Nettie in your playthrough? Let me know in the comments below. I did cut this part out because I'm trying to make sure the video stays under an hour, but in the Druid's camp I did make a deal to gain Zevlar's trust. In the next scene we're discussing the meeting earlier that we had in the Druid's camp.
Touch me and I'll...
I heard what happened. Thank you for protecting the child. If the Druids are this far gone, then it's not just goblins we have to fear. So we can risk violence here, or face it for certain on the road. Quite the choice, isn't it? It's good of you to offer, but there's a whole army of goblins out there. We'd need an army of our own to escort us safely to Baldur's Gate. And while I don't doubt your abilities, you're no army. There may be a way, though. Goblins are ill-disciplined. It's unlike them to organize so cleverly.
Somebody must be leading them, bringing discipline to their ranks. Take out that leadership, and they'll scatter.
It's no small thing to ask, but I've seen you fight. You're equal to the task. Everyone in this camp depends on it. Thank you. We'll be ready to leave as soon as you give word.
After talking to Zevlar, I made my way to the Goblin camp, as that is the next part of the questline. On the way to the Goblin camp, we come across a village in the middle, and this is full of goblins. We do end up speaking to one of the guards at the front of the gates, which we roll a good dice, so we're able to trick them into letting us through.
Unless you got another reason to be here. Feck shite.
Let's try to be diplomatic, shall we? Goblins don't come by the handfuls, but by the dozens.
The mark glows, but you feel nothing in response. Your illithid power is beyond reach until you rest.
Down, Claw! Bad girl! She's a little overexcited. Been a busy day. Lads are celebrating. Who? If he ain't one of us, and if he's here, he's down in the pits.
Down in the pits, no less. Sounds ominous among creatures that love blood sports. Better step to it.
Heh. Depends who you are. We're celebrating a raid. No better time in camp than this. Get yourself a bit of fun before it dries up. Rip the guts out of Joaquin's rest, we did. Inns are good for gutting. Lads even captured some Duke. Worth celebrating, that is.
Ward is stupid.
Hear my voice. Obey my command.
The voice is irresistible. You recognize the overwhelming authority that you've used on others, only infinitely stronger. Your vision clouds, leaving you in a dark, featureless shadowscape. Nothingness in every direction. Then there are three figures before you. An armored male elf exuding power and command. A handsome younger man with a quick, easy smile. And a pale young woman with even paler eyes.
These are my chosen. They speak for me. Aid their search for the weapon, and you will be worthy to stand beside them in my presence.
The visions fade and the voice falters as a strange energy swells around you. The many-sided artifact. Somehow you understand it's repelling the presence.
My power grows. My forces gather. The reckoning draws near.
How is it shielding us? And why? Not that I'm complaining.
No answer presents itself. The artifact is dormant. The voice and visions are gone.
This is where we end up meeting Volo, and he seems to be in a bit of trouble, so we end up helping him move on to the Goblin camp.
The inn burnt to ash. The captives were many. Goblin kind had reduced them to cowering filfenny. So raise it, your goblets, and drain them with pride. Draw Ragslin, the true soul, had led you glide.
You! Move off!
Do as she says. Now. Now, where was I? Huh?
Wait a tick! That a friend of yours?
Oh, certainly not. What are you doing? I'm busy here.
You lying!
To you? Never. Come, let's continue our ballad. Draw Ragslin, draw Ragslin. I am draw Ragslin. Tumptuous. Draw Ragslin.
You broke him!
Wait. Draw Ragslin. We play. We.
Come on, pigeon! Back to your cage!
Now look.
We finally made it to the Goblin camp now, and we're about to speak to some more Goblin guards.
Come on now. They're just having a bit of fun.
Aye, so much fun that those thieves almost got past.
Is it in return?
Oi! Ain't no party in here. We're doing the Absolute's work. State your business. Now.
The mark glows, but you feel nothing in response. Your illithid power is beyond reach until you rest.
I was lucky enough again to deceive the guards, so I was
Right.
able to get through.
Well, you ain't the first foreign type, I suppose. Gonna have to be a bit more specific though, mate. Absolute's got a few favourites around here. You here to see Priestess Gut, Boss Ragslin, or the Drow? Well, look. Big Boots here has an appointment with Draw Ragslin himself. Throne room's at the back.
On entering the
Is
Goblin camp
commune in
past the
mind?
guards, we end up meeting the
It's a step
priestess pretty
soft.
early on. She's like right at the beginning.
Now here's somebody special. The Absolute has touched you, hasn't she? Priestess Gut needs to touch you too. Hold out your arm so I can mark your flesh. Shows our devotion to the Absolute. These maggots see how strong we are with her guidance. Whole camp will be branded soon, and you should be too. You ready? Brace yourself. This'll sting. Maybe you don't need it. After all, you're special, ain't ya? Like me.
She probes your mind, tangling your thoughts with hers. A familiar sensation. She too carries a power. Darkness seems to swallow the temple, leaving you with a vision of the Goblin priestess, receiving instruction from a handsome young man, one of the chosen. The vision dissolves away. You stand before the Goblin priestess in the temple once again. Her faith floods into you, a tide of shuddering ecstasy. Her tadpole nestles within that mania, secure, hidden.
I feel you in there, digging around. Works both ways. And I saw some weird shadows swimming around in your head just now. Maybe I can help with that. Us true souls gotta look out for one another. A creature? There's definitely something rotten in there. Let me take a closer look. I ain't seen anything like this before. Hey? Ain't nothing wrong with me. You're the one who's sick in the head. No need to panic, though. With the Absolute's will, I can fix anything. Let's deal with this in my chapel. It's private. Don't want this lot interfering with true soul business.
We follow the priestess back to her room and then we decide to attack her. I had to redo this fight a few times, so this is the successful one, but I did find it quite difficult because we hadn't really had any big fights up until this point, so I was really struggling to figure out how to use my characters to their best abilities. Bearing in mind I've never played a D&D game before, so this was completely new, but I feel this one went a lot more successful, so bear with me as I might do things a little bit differently to you, but we got there in the end.
strange power resonates within the corpse. It calls to you. Your limbs move of their own accord. There's something of value here, something your mind craves. Why let its host's memories go to waste? The tadpole has absorbed it all.
I was really happy to be successful on the last fight, as like I said further in, that it did take me a few tries and I had to restart a couple of times. I decided to take the priestess's tadpole, as I can see that you get powers from it, so I was hoping to be a lot stronger by getting this one too. So when you kill the priestess, you pick up the key to go into her back room, and there is a lovely troll hiding for you around the corner. So you have to have, I think it's a really high roll of inspiration, so you can get past her or just move around looking around the room.
You've set foot in a restricted area. A swift exit may be in order.
It was actually persuasion that you needed the high roll with. Obviously I didn't check that before I made the last clip. I was lucky enough to get a high enough roll, as I have a lot of extra points in other bits like charisma, and they were able to get me over the necessary dice numbers to make sure that the troll let me wander around the room. After doing a little bit of snooping, I did come across a cage thing in the middle of the room. I ended up hitting it and it makes a massive hole in the floor, which I ended up going down so that we could progress onto the next part of the story.
Spider seems poised to attack, but she hesitates, tapping her claws as if trying to communicate. The other spider echoes her.
Lucky enough, I had Gale with me at this part, so he was able to speak to the spiders, so we could get them on our side. This is probably the longest part of the entire video. It did take me a really long time to defeat the bosses here, so again I've picked the successful fights. You don't have to see all the times that I died and restarted. I decided to speak to the spiders halfway through because you have like two parts of this fight. So you kill the two monsters in the room. I think they might be little goblins. You kill those two first, and then the spiders are obviously immune again, like they're not on anybody's side, they're neutral, and you speak to them again. You get Gal to do the animal handling, and when they're on your side again, that in the next fight they do attack the boss, so that does help because they do a lot of damage.
This is my time.
I feel watching this fight back, I need to work on my positioning definitely and think about where I'm putting my character so I can do better damage and spells from distances. So this fight compared to the fight following this, I did go away and work on that.
The spider relaxes slightly, but you feel her hunger. She looks to the closed door, drooling.
What a day. With pleasure. This way.
No one stopped me yet. Time to press ahead. Come on, can't stay idle. Love comes easy these days.
This way.
Step tight. I don't want to give in. I hit him!
Making a move.
after defeating the first boss, you do go round to another room which has another boss in, and oh my god, she was a pain in the ass. Again, it took me a long time. I did get my boyfriend to come and help me with this because I couldn't beat her. She was royally kicking my ass. We used Astarion to go into stealth mode and shoot them in the back. I didn't think about doing this prior to this, so I've been doing this a lot more in the next couple of fights. Again, this was completely new to me, so I was trying to do what I thought was best. I'm still figuring out how to play to my best ability, I guess. But yeah, it's been really fun so far. I've enjoyed the fights. I was really happy to have completed these 2 fights because they took me so long. So I was really happy to be done with them.
Can't get up now. Very well. Just be careful. What am I to do? Whips and blades always sharp. How would you know? I'm gonna die.
Drive the gate.
I'm ready.
Get it ready.
Alright, what now?
Keep it a stop.
What to do? With haste.
Keep your blade close. On tiptoes. Unarmed. With pleasure.
Try something else.
Then that will be the last.
Still alive, so much progress. Can do this. Keep going.
Shall we cut and run? You're mine. The shadows.
in that corpse. You should take a look. This one is a true soul parasite. It can enhance you. You can absorb its potential. Open your mind to it. You already know how. Mind smiles as it subsumes everything the temple has to offer. Everything it was and everything it was destined to be. Pure potential. Pure power. Good. You have grown your power and improved your chances of survival.
I'm so tired. How do people do this all day?
All's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have. Your face protects me. Let's move. What's hiding here? On the way.
So, my only complaint is that you didn't.
But I'll do my time.
What you learn?
I will be making part 2 for episode 3 because I did mention at the beginning of the video that we would be meeting Karlach. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough time in this video to show everything that I'd done. I really wanted to show these 2 fights because I was really proud of myself for getting them done, and I wanted you to see how I did this. I probably will make the next few videos a little bit quicker on the gameplay, game fights even, I guess, so you don't have to actually sit there and watch exactly everything that I do. Unless you want to, let me know in the comments down below. But I'm going to be making a part 2 of this specific section because I really want you to see the meeting with Karlach. I was really excited to finally get to her. She's fantastic. So keep tuned, and I will be posting that up shortly after this one. As always, thanks for watching, guys. If you like what you've seen, please do leave a like, comment, or subscribe, as this does help my channel. But I'll be hopefully posting again shortly, so stay tuned.